Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 87. Today, joining me. Well, first, let's start off. Chris, welcome back.
Hello. Thank you very much for having me. It's good to be back.
Thanks for coming back. We normally don't get guests twice. They normally, come on once, and they're like, I'm never going back there.
Just a few. Just a couple.
Yeah, only a few. And then we have another special guest.
Uh-huh. You ready, nerds?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
What was your name again? Oh, God.
I'm Daryl. Do you not remember Daryl?
Daryl, that was it.
I don't have
I'm out of focus now.
You don't remember Daryl?
Okay, yeah.
What up, nerd?
I try to, forget about Daryl as much as possible. And unfortunately, you're back. Chris, I'm sorry for this. This is a terrible time for you to guest on. Daryl is here, and he's going to torture you for the next 2 hours or so.
I'm just disappointed he didn't get the 2 cans of beer and smash them over his head.
That would have been badass. That would have been badass, Daryl.
That was the moment, and it's been lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's your cigarette, Daryl?
I'm not that cool. I don't have a cigarette. I don't smoke.
You don't have
I'm not a loser. What do you think? I'm some loser? Cool. No.
I don't know. I'm just not sure what's cool, what's not cool with Daryl.
Yeah, you don't know because you're not Daryl. Okay?
I guess I'm Daryl. He'll keep this up the whole episode too, Chris. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Anyways, guys, another busy week in the world of video games.
Yeah,
very, very busy this one. Been a lot of fun this week with stuff. All right, let's start off with our first story. Sora has joined the fight, guys.
Yay!
Sora from Kingdom Hearts will be the final character added to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Also, Doom Guy is getting a Mii skin, or a Mii fighter skin, whatever you want to call those weird.
I think actually maybe they're called costumes, but
is that it? Yeah. The Mii's freak me out. I gotta be honest.
They're not cool. They should be taken out of the game.
But Doom Guy looks cool because it doesn't look like a Mii. We want to add another character, but we can't officially do it because we said this is the last one. But if we give him as a costume, we can bring him in from the side.
Yeah, the thing that sucks with the Mii's and the, what do they call them, assist trophies, is like there's so many characters in there that I want in the game that are just tied to those, and it really sucks. But hey, we get the reunion of Doom Guy and Isabelle again. Yes. So hey, they're back together again.
That's all you need.
Lovers.
I loved in the trailer with the Doom Guy with Bowser walking away like one of the monsters and Doom. Yeah, that was really cool.
I think in one of the screenshots they showed, what is it, Brhinestone, the Metroid map, where it's like lava, so it kind of looked like hell a little bit.
Yeah, and the background is all red like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyways, guys, Sora, Kingdom Hearts. I don't know if you guys know this. I'm a huge fucking Kingdom Hearts fan. You can tell by my name thing. My name thing right here is a Kingdom Hearts logo somewhere here. I don't know where.
It's right under you. It's under you.
Anyways, yeah, I was super stoked to see this. I've been wanting Sora in this game for a long time, as have many people. So it was very nice to see. I can't say I'm like overly excited. I'm not like the biggest Smash Bros. Fan out there, but I am a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. And I do play a good amount of Smash. So yeah, I was stoked to see the original Kingdom Hearts movesets coming in there. He was very heavy on the original Kingdom Hearts being what he's using for the base as the fighter for Sora and stuff like that. That's cool to see. Cool Hollow Bastion map. That's fucking awesome. That's like the final level of Kingdom Hearts 1. That was cool to see. It was weird. You could tell they can't use Disney characters, right?
I was just going to say that, yeah.
Yeah, you could tell they had no part, and Disney was like, nah, you can't do nothing with that, because I would have thought, like, if you would have brought Sora over, the map would have been, like, going through a bunch of different Disney worlds, like, go through
that, or
like Little Mermaid and shit.
The only disappointing part was his final Smash, seeing that. It was just kind of like he, like, put him in, like, a door, and then, like, beat it up or something.
Yeah, it would have been cool to get like Donald and Goofy
characters.
Yeah, but clearly they just couldn't do that. Disney didn't let them get it. They didn't let them get anything but the little Mickey Mouse keychain on the end of the Keyblade. That was it. That was all you get. But yeah,
can you explain what that cartoon skin was too? Can you explain?
The black and white one.
Yeah, is that like a specific world that's in one of the games?
Yeah, that's the Steamboat Willie world in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay, cool.
I'm forgetting the name now. They said it yesterday during the Smash thing. But yeah, it's everything goes black and white in that world, so they were able to get that skin over. Cool skins. It was awesome that they got every outfit Sora had, from Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Dream Drop Distance, and 3. So that's cool to see. But yeah, stoked to see it.
I think it's great that they've got him finally, and it's what the fans wanted. But I just find it's a shame that it's taken so long to get him that now Smash isn't even the best version of Smash anymore because Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl's come out.
You know it.
Waited too long.
Right.
Game of the year.
Yeah. They had to get this done right before the game dropped, you know? And they're like, here's our final goodbye to Smash, and here's the new wave taking over, Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl, you know?
Yep, and they've been
Can't fight
data
against it.
mining that and suggesting they're going to have things like characters like Shredder is going to be coming in, and quite frankly, it's just going to blow them all away.
Yeah,
Come on,
I mean,
dude. Shredder
Shredder
versus
kicks
Sora?
just about anyone's ass there, you know? Any characters you'd like to see in Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl, Chris?
Ooh, that if it was just been like my choice of just being really, really geeky, some of the sort of wider Turtles characters are really cool. It'd be cool to see some of the weird villains and stuff from that. I don't know. Really.
All right, they only have 2 turtles.
Yeah, the rest of them would be good.
I know. Come on.
Yeah, the rest of the Turtles just start off with. I mean, I don't know if they're doing like character skins. I guess that'd be easy enough to just like, you know, all you got to do is get a red headband now.
I mean, we haven't seen
Turtles.
costumes in any of the trailers or anything, so it might not even be an option.
The rest of the Rugrats maybe as well.
Rugrats
What
would be cool.
What about Hey Arnold? They got
Yeah.
Helga. Hey Arnold's not even there.
Yeah,
Is it only
kidding me?
Helga?
Yeah, she's the only
That's
character from Hey Arnold, the show.
That's weird.
It doesn't make any sense.
What about Pigeon Guy? Remember
Okay.
Pigeon Guy from that episode of Hey Arnold? The guy
sounds
that was
very
obsessed
familiar.
with pigeons.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he had all the birds. Yes.
Yeah, Pigeon Guy. Yeah.
You
Chris,
know what came to my head? I
What?
want to. We can move to Smash again. What came to my head? There is a show that's not represented that I loved as a kid, and that's Rocket Power.
Ooh, there is no rocket.
Where is
power on
anything with Rocket Power?
there. Cousin Tito or whatever.
Yeah, they could do. I mean, the main kid. I forget the main kid's name, but like he could just
Sure.
ride a skateboard and stuff. Like that'd be really cool.
That would be
don't know that one. I'm afraid that one's lost on me.
It was like a late '90s, early 2000s Nickelodeon. They were like kids in like South California skateboarders.
Mm.
Really cool.
Last time me and Danny were talking about this, we were talking about live action characters we'd like to see in there. We just, you know, Drake and Josh, love to see them.
Keenan and Kel.
Keenan and Kel would
Kel,
be
of
great.
course,
Oh, that'd be
of course.
awesome.
Amanda
Those are
Bynes.
the main ones, really. Amanda Bynes, that'd be awesome. I feel like there's so
Miranda
much opportunity
Cosgrove.
here with this shit.
But my one wish is Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. They have
You're
3
serious,
characters.
Chris?
That's my serious wish. Is like if they could make Zuko in that game. Oh man, I'd love it.
I quite like the Loud House characters they've included. My daughter's quite into that, so I've got used to them. They're pretty cool.
See, I'm unfamiliar with Loud House. No
Pretty
idea
good.
what that
Pretty
is.
good.
Are they?
Yeah, it's a little the kid. I can't Leroy. Something loud. Apologies if you're a fan. He lives with all his sisters, and they're all got weird personalities. So there's 2 of them in the game, as far as I can tell. There's one of his sisters and him. But yeah, it's quite cool.
I don't really know the show either.
One of the more
just-
recent ones.
Just to tie it back into Smash, Kingdom Hearts, the games are also, all of them are coming to
Yeah.
Switch. Viva the Cloud, which is kind of weird to me.
I mean,
I
the
don't know.
Switch can't handle much. But-
Yeah, I get Kingdom Hearts 3 has to run
Yeah,
on the
especially-
cloud. I get that, but I don't get why 1 and 2 have to go through the cloud. I don't. That you could have just ported those, I guess. But,
Memory, maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
maybe. I think they just didn't want to port it, honestly. Maybe it's just
Maybe.
easier to stream it through
Entirely
the cloud. I don't know. Chris, have you tried streaming games through the Switch?
Yes.
How does it work?
The only game I've had a go with was it's the game with the one that's just getting a sequel. I've just started playing it on the PS5 and I can't even think what it's called.
Hitman?
No,
Just getting a sequel.
it's the one with the girl and her little brother, and she's trying to keep him safe.
The girl, and the little brother,
Plague Tale
and the rat.
Innocence.
Plague Tale Innocence.
Plague Tale.
I tried the demo of that, and it played very well. Actually, it looked good. Yeah, it's a streaming system, isn't it? For basically, so they can make it look good. It doesn't necessarily look as good as presumably because of the resolution of the Switch. It doesn't look as good as like playing the PS5 version, or the PS4 version, but it looks damn good. And yeah, why not? Certainly for the Kingdom Hearts games, some of the older ones, why not? They're going to look great.
Yeah, I wonder if those will run just like super well then through streaming. I just don't know. My only thing with streaming is like, yeah, I tried PS Now like 3 years ago and it ran like shit. So like ever since then, I just be like, oh, okay, all streaming's gonna run like shit for a while. So I don't know how much better it's gotten, if it runs better on the Switch and whatnot.
I'm a streaming guy generally. I love streaming, but it's just I've not really done it with the Switch because I haven't needed to. The only games they've really done are games I've been able to play on other systems. Like when Resident Evil 7 came out, it's like, well, I've already played it. So it's cool that it's there, but...
Yeah, we're getting more and more of them on the Switch now, too. It seems like, there's been quite a few this year. So I guess that's how they're just going to keep up with these next-gen games, try to be able to run them via the cloud.
Yeah, you don't need a Pro.
I want to ask the show here. What do we think the future of this series is going? Do we think that it's without Sakurai? Do we think that it is just continual adding to this game in the future, with just ports and then maybe adding a few characters or something, and then just keep doing that? Is it going to be the same edition, just a new game, maybe a new director, but basically the same thing? What do we think is going to happen?
I think either he's going to end up making another one. Maybe he takes a couple years off and he's like, I'd be down to make another one.
That's what happened last time.
Yeah. Either that happens, or I guess it's just a long, long time until we see another Smash game, a new one, like obviously their next console, whatever it is, however far out it is, they'll probably port this one. And then even if they're not ready to go on and make a new one yet, then it'll be like, another decade until we get like a new one. Then a new director will come on and make a new one. There will be a new Smash someday. I can pretty much guarantee that. It's
certainly. It's too
almost certainly. Yeah. They're not going to just drop it just because Sakurai doesn't want to work on it anymore. So
I think you're probably right, though. He comes back after a break. It screams a bit sort of like Hideo Kojima of, this is my last one, I'm not doing any more. 3 games later.
He keeps doing it. He keeps doing it. And he has so much passion for this series. So I know he's worked way too hard and overworking and crunching himself, bringing himself into the hospital and still working. There's all those stories about Sakurai. Like, the man's insane and has such an attention to detail. Like I like Kingdom Hearts from a distance. I've played a little bit. I would like to maybe try more. But the trailer had so much fan in it. Like, I could tell that he's a fan of Kingdom Hearts and he loves Sora, and it shows. Like, even that last shot of Sora like shaking Mario's hand was awesome, with every character in the background with the Ultimate logo there. So good. I think that he will be back. Yeah, Sakurai still has time.
Yeah, me too.
I've never really played the Kingdom Hearts games. It's one of those series I've always been kind of tempted. I think when the first one came out, I really misunderstood what it was. I really wasn't into the sort of Final Fantasy type games back then, and I thought, it's one of those type games, so I just dismissed it, not realizing it was more action. So I sort of missed the boat. And then by that stage, I think 2 came out, and it was like, this looks really good. But it's like, I'll have to play 1 first. And I kept putting it off. Then 3 came out, and I thought, wow, that looks amazing. All the spin-offs and stuff. And I tried a 3DS one. But it's just, the lore is just almost impenetrable for Kingdom Hearts. I've heard people trying to explain it. Exactly. I've watched videos where people are trying to explain it. And even Kingdom Hearts 3 gives you the sort of, here's the story up till now. And it's like, yeah, that makes no sense.
No, you can't.
I presume if you play it, it does. But
you can't boil down that nonsense in 5 minutes, let me tell you.
No, it's weird. But so I think I'm doomed never to actually play Kingdom Hearts. So I can't see me going back playing them all.
Yeah, I think the next one's going to be not a reboot, but like a bit more of a, new people can come in on this one. 3 was very much like we're ending this saga here, which dates back all the way to 2002. So I think the next mainline Kingdom Hearts is going to be a little bit easier for new fans to get into. So maybe that one you could jump in.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Sora in Smash. Awesome. Love it. Love to see it. I love everyone on Twitter now getting all over Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, okay, where were you people? Where have you people been? You know what I mean? You know what I
In the
mean?
shadows.
Us Kingdom Hearts fans, you know, we got a seat at the table now. We're not just here to take part. We're here to take over. You know what I mean?
No.
Be scared. Be scared. Next up. Where are we going? Lucid Games, the developers behind Destruction All-Stars, is reportedly working on a new Twisted Metal game and is planned to coincide with the TV series in 2023. Chris, you had a reaction there. You big Twisted Metal fan?
It's got a place in my heart. It's one of those. It's a game I tended to always play on demo discs. I might have rented it when I was younger, but I don't think I ever owned a Twisted Metal game. But I remember having good fun with it. The characters were crazy and everything. I haven't played Destruction All Stars, despite the fact that it was free. The reviews and everything just didn't pull me in. It's one of those I thought I'll get round to it, and then other games were out that were genuinely great. That took.
You're not missing much.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
But maybe the mechanics of it suggest that they could do a decent Twisted Metal. I don't know. Isn't it going to be a free-to-play one, did they say? Or something?
Yeah,
that's the rumor. I mean,
the rumor is it's free-to-play, yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah,
I'd imagine it is actually like some sort of smaller game with how quick this turnaround seems to be, 2023. I mean, that's only 2 years, right? So
I don't even know if it'd be free-to-play. They might do the PlayStation All-Star thing where it's launching on PS Plus. Yeah. That's at least what I would say. I mean, everything's all conjecture right now. You know, it's all, the only thing that is for sure is the show. So this is still just rumor. I mean, it makes sense for this developer. It doesn't make me excited for this developer because I played the game, whatever, Destruction All Stars, and it's not very good. They tried to make characters that people could like, and none of them landed. To Twisted Metal, they have Sweet Tooth. They need to lean into the Sweet Tooth. He's very iconic. I mean, probably the most iconic thing from PlayStation 1 and that whole era. Like, that flaming skull clown is very iconic.
Oh, yeah.
So they need to lean into that and make him, I don't know about the main character, but a very focal point of it.
Well, there isn't really anything out there like Twisted Metal now, so they've got a market potentially to capture. Because it's not like Rocket League's more sort of, you're going to kick the ball around. It's more sporting, whereas Twisted Metal is just, no, it's destruction and firing things at people and crazy explosions and just stupidity. So yeah, they've got a chance to do something that's going to stand out. And yeah,
I was going to ask, like, what exactly do you do in Twisted Metal? I've never played a Twisted Metal game.
I have not played it.
Nah, yeah. Are you just destroying other people's cars? Is that the idea? Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Launching rockets at them using special powers. The maps themselves have got all sort of points where you can fall down and smash things up. It was just mindless fun. So
it's just like a derby. It's just last man standing derby. Is that basically?
I think that was an option. Yeah, I seem to remember that from the demo. As I say, I don't remember playing it a lot, but I remember having a lot of fun with it, and it was always good for 2-player.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I just have no connection to this franchise, so
you want to know what my connection is
with it? What's that?
And Big Daddy,
yeah,
the little kid was playing Twisted Metal.
That's like the only thing I know.
That's how you know Daryl's cool, because Daryl knows Big Daddy.
Yeah, that is a pretty cool thing to know, Daryl. Definitely. One thing I can't wrap my head around is the TV show. Like, what the fuck is that going to be about? Like,
it's been there was like a little description of it. So apparently, Captain America is playing a character called John Doe, and he is like traveling across country.
When you say Captain America, you just mean Chris Evans?
No. Actual Captain America. Yeah, and you're not cool, so you don't know anything. So Captain America, he's driving across country, and running into Sweet Tooth. Apparently, that's pretty much all we know.
They got the rights to Captain America, Daryl?
Yeah, and his name is John Doe.
You tell me Disney couldn't even put fucking Donald and Goofy in Smash, but they gave the rights to Captain America to Sony to use in a Twisted Metal TV show.
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me right now there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. I
All
just
part of the Spider-Man deal that was all roped in. We'll let you have him just twisted metal, but yeah.
Just in between the lines, they wrote that in there. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Kevin Feige, we're gonna need Captain America in Twisted Metal TV show, and he was just like, you know what? That's cool. He's not doing anything.
Sure. Why not?
Sure. Yeah. Why not? You guys can definitely afford Chris Evans. Sure.
Okay, we'll write him out in the last Avengers one. It'll be fine. We'll make him so he's fully available for you.
Sure.
This is what he got up to when he went back in time.
But
That's what he did.
It's
fucked
not
up the timeline here.
It is Anthony Mackie, not.
The plot thickens.
Current Captain America.
That's the real Captain America. Duh. I don't know what you're thinking.
I like it. Okay, cool. Next up, the actor behind Kratos, Christopher Judge, says his surgery and recovery affected the development of God of War Ragnarok.
Correction. It's Kratos.
Kratos.
No, it's Kratos.
No, there's just on in the first one where they say Kratos over and over again.
Sims is here. Let him say it. Say it, Sims.
Go ahead, Sims.
Who's this jackass?
Been wondering that the whole time.
You've had me to guess before, Sims. This is harsh. Oh, you mean him?
I think he means me, the cool guy here.
No, yeah, he does mean you.
I haven't got the energy.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sims. Try to say Kratos.
Kratos.
See? Kratos. See? Every time.
Kratos.
He said Kratos.
Kratos.
I'm saying Toast.
Just don't think about it. Say it. Don't think about it.
Kratos. Yes, Kratos.
Actually, since Chris is here, I've been meaning to do this. Chris, say Dynasty Warriors for me.
Dynasty Warriors.
Oh my fucking god! All right, it's a UK thing. Never mind.
Can you see the water bottle?
I'm
How
sorry
about
for
water
last
bottle?
week, Sims. Dynasty. It is Dynasty, you guys.
Is it?
Okay.
Is it? Do we say Dynasty? Don't we?
Dynasty. We do say Dynasty.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a me thing.
You know, maybe America fucked that up. Maybe we're not supposed to say Dynasty. Maybe it's supposed to be Dynasty.
Didn't we find the language and you ruined it?
Some say improved it. You know.
Yeah.
In fairness, I think you took our old English and then we let ourselves get bastardized by the French in our language. We adopted a lot of French language into our language, which made
we do too. We do
but
too.
I think a lot of your old English style. So really, when we complain about you saying it wrong, it's that we changed it.
So it's like soccer, right? Like you guys used to say soccer, and now that we say it, it's wrong.
You mean that game where you largely kick the ball with your feet, i.e., football? Yeah. Association soccer, yes, but
that does make sense, though. You know, you do play it with your feet. I get it. Football
makes sense. Yeah. It's football.
Anyways, guys, as I was saying, Christopher Judge, his surgery and recovery affected the development of God of War Ragnarok. What do we think?
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
I
think this is like it certainly affected development.
Yeah.
I mean, how couldn't it, you know? But I don't think this is the reason this game isn't coming out in 2021.
Yeah, it's a lot of reasons.
It was never coming out in 2021. When they announced it was so annoying when they were suggesting it. It was like, no chance. If this was coming out in 2021, you would have shown a trailer. You would have given anything. Exactly. It was just utter BS when that came out. Yeah. And the fact that so many people clung to it and go, yeah, but they've announced God of War. It's like, yeah, we knew God of War was coming. They didn't need to announce it. It was going to happen.
It was very successful.
Why say 2021? It's like,
I don't know.
It's never going to happen. I'm glad it's coming though. I'm very glad.
I mean, they will get shit for this until this game comes out early. You know, putting that 2021 there. There's no point in putting that 2021 there. There's
no point in the teaser.
I mean, the teaser I understand because you want to get people hyped, but like putting the 2021 is just putting out false hope.
Yeah,
it definitely was. Yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry to Christopher Judge and his unfortunate accident.
Yeah, it was always going to get delayed, though, wasn't it? The original didn't come out in like a smooth way. There were issues and stuff. It'll get here when it gets here, and it'll probably be amazing. So it'll be worth the wait.
Yeah, and like you said, it's good that he's recovering and everything. And there's a little bit more in this interview. Somebody asked him about his like role in the new one, and he had heard that Corey wasn't involved or something, and he was just not going to be involved because he wanted Corey to be the director. And then Corey kind of was like, "Hey, it's fine." And then he said Corey gave his blessing, and then he was okay with it. But we could have maybe have had a different voice, which would have been weird.
I was about to say, as good as he is, and he is amazing as Kratos, I think that's a hill that's probably not worth dying on for him, in the sense that, like, you are replaceable, mate. As good as you are, there will be someone out there who can do it. yeah. You're not going to get the director change, just because the actor wants him.
It's, I guess, a counterpoint is like you could get the Christopher Judge, which would be the better version of Kratos, or you could get the Kiefer Sutherland, which is like barely anything. It's like, David Hayter was really replaceable, but really was he? Not really. So,
no, that was stupid, but that was Konami. So,
and I like Kiefer Sutherland. It's just like he's
not David Hayter.
Yeah, he's not David Hayter.
Sorry. It seems like too they were very nice to him, and they said take your time, get your recovery done, wait and stuff. So that's cool. It's cool to read.
I'm pleased about it, and we don't need any more games coming out the early part of next year. We've got plenty.
They're keep adding them. Just keep tying them up. They're adding them all the time.
Sims, you got anything to say on this?
I think it's very decent of Santa Monica Studios. Santa Monica? Yeah. Sorry, my brain is done in today. This is like human decency at its best. Man's got bad back. He's like, look, I'm sure it was a very awkward meeting. Sits there and he's like, oh, unfortunately, like, I'm in a lot of pain. I need all this. I need this time to heal. And and then I'm sure even as Christopher Judge as a person, like, I only really know him other than the game, being forced to watch Stargate SG-1, which is by far the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
My grandfather used to watch it.
Yeah, my dad did. I was like, Dad, no, not again. But no, he's sat in a meeting room and he's like, oh, I got to do this. And they're like, don't worry about it. We'll sort this out. The game's not coming out anyway. But yeah, this is great. This is, like I said, this is great. I can't talk. Just give me a minute.
Sure. You take a minute, but we will give Sims time to recover. Next up, Blooper Team has announced a third entry in the Layers of Fear series. And it will release sometime in 2022. Daniel, I know you played a couple of these, right?
Who's Daniel?
Fuck, Daryl. Sorry, Daryl.
I don't know who this Daniel person is. Like,
he's some nerdy ass guy. You don't want to meet him.
Definitely don't want to meet him.
Proper.
What were you at? What were you going to ask, Daryl?
Daryl, have you ever experienced the Layers of Fear games?
I have not. I've watched a playthrough of the second one. I think who was it that it was? I forget. It might have been Funhouse. I think may have played it. I'm not too sure. Or no. I'm sorry. It was the first one, and it was Achievement Hunter, and Jeff was the one that played it, and he is a big baby, and it was really funny to watch. And the second one, I think I watched like some gameplay of it. It seemed better than the first one, but I've played Blair Witch. I played their last two games, so Blair Witch and the Medium this year, and they work very quickly. I want to see what it is. Like the rumor was that there was two developers making Silent Hill. Maybe they still are. We don't know. We don't know who those two teams are. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
I can. I'm just looking at myself through your glasses.
Okay. Is this better?
Doesn't work like that.
Okay.
Good. All right. Never mind. Continue, Daryl.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue because this loser, this nerd over here, I don't know what he's doing.
Have you done?
But
no. Okay.
What?
No, mate. Nothing.
You're gonna keep interrupting me?
It seems you are flustered, Daryl. Here, stop it. Okay.
Yeah, so they were supposed. The rumor was that they were the indie team that was making Silent Hill. We don't know. That still could be true. They're definitely working on this. Maybe that's the next game. It could be in pre-production. Who knows? But I'll definitely check it out, especially if if it looks good. I think the Medium was fun.
Sure. Sims, you are of course a massive horror fan.
Massive.
How are you feeling about this?
Couldn't give a toss, but Natalie played it. I think Natalie played one or two recently as well. Actually, not too long ago. I mean, they've had Layers of Fear 1, 2. I feel like they had success with Blair Witch. Like Blair Witch for me was like day one Games Pass play. Like me and Natalie were really looking forward to it. And to be fair, I can't really fault it. Like I really enjoyed the game.
It ends very badly.
Yeah, admittedly, yes. But every Blair Witch, I feel like
first half of that game is awesome. If they stuck with that first half of the game and kept that, then Blair Witch would be an awesome game. It's just that second half of the game is just bad. And they completely dropped the ball.
And it kept to like the proper Blair Witch roots of like you constantly like no matter what route you take, you ended up in the same place. Like it was such a like great gameplay like mechanic. Like you always ended up in this certain spot, and it would mess with your mind of like, hold on a minute, like.
But I was just here.
Exactly, it was so weird, and you went the opposite way as well. But yeah, admittedly, the end wasn't great, but every Blair Witch ending's terrible as well. So it was like kind of.
I like the first movie ends pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but like it's still there's never really an answer, is there? And I feel like it
well,
kind of
that's
just
the mystery. You want it to be a mystery.
No, this is why I don't like horror films. I don't want to sit there and like unsatisfied.
You don't got taste. It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right.
You don't have to have good taste. You don't know what's cool, so who knows?
Me, don't know what's cool. Yes, but Blooper Team, yeah, definitely keep going. I think one day they're gonna pump out a game and it's gonna be, really highly regarded, like as one of like the greatest horror video games of all time. And I feel like they're just slowly building to that point with their team. So I mean, reportedly, I think they've got a Silent Hill as well to play with.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, that's the rumor. Is they're the indie studio? They're the one of the two games.
So yeah, congratulations, Blooper Team. From the Nerdic gods to Blooper Team, congratulations.
Blue Team, you just keep throwing shit at the wall, see what sticks.
Damn right.
Damn right. Chris, you got any experience with these guys?
I've never played any of their games. They've looked interesting and everything, but I've never got around to them. So yeah, maybe this is the one to draw me in. I'm worried we're all living in a horror movie though, because I'm a bit concerned that Daryl has murdered Daniel and stolen his house. If you ever noticed the background of where Daryl's
No, this is all CG. It's CG. It has to look the same.
I'm pretty sure you just set up more of a comedy though than you did a horror movie. So Daryl came in, murdered Daniel. Okay, well, we're off to a great start to this movie thus far. Then he took his. Daniel's just tied to a chair in the corner, getting beat. All right. Wyatt. Jesus, Daryl. All right, calm down. Next up, Konami Japan is rumored to be working on a new Castlevania game that will be some sort of a reimagining. Bum, bum, bum. Here it is. Konami, they live. Chris, you're a huge Castlevania fan, so glad we had you on the show.
I'm pleased that Castlevania may live. That's a good thing. Konami, I have no faith in anymore, sadly. They've eroded that in the last few years. But, no, generally. I can't knock the fact that we've just got the Castlevania Advance Collection. That's brilliant.
I mean, there's been 3 collections, and I think they've published 1 game.
They're great. So. Yeah, it's. But when you look at what happened to the Metal Gear franchise, and then you just think like what they did to Contra, their Pacino, or what was Pachinko?
Oh yeah, that was
Session.
They published
don't make
like
coffee,
an indie
Chris.
game.
Huh?
I said they don't make coffee. You went Pacino. It was like,
yeah, I think it's like Pachinko, isn't it? That's it.
Sims, you don't know coffee. You just get some powdered stuff and you pour it in some water,
granulated.
And mix it up, or whatever. That's not coffee.
Daryl taking shots today.
Chris, what coffee do you drink?
I don't drink coffee.
Oh, you're
I can't do coffee. It hurts me. I get migraine. So I'm a tea drinker.
Decent reason.
But no, Castlevania coming back, that's always good news if they get the right studio to do it. And I think the other
rumor is what I think I put it in here. The rumor is where's that?
I know it says partnering with other studios.
Konami Japan.
Yeah,
I think the rumor is Konami Japan right now is the rumor I saw.
That's what it says specifically in that article. Yeah,
it's got potential, but I'm not going to get my hopes up.
So it says reimagining, Chris. What would you want to see from a new Castlevania game?
That they reimagine that thought and carry on with the theme they've already got.
That's it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have an idea. Me and Chris can like bounce off a little bit. What if they? I'm gonna close your eyes, Chris, and I'm gonna serenade you with a proposal.
He's gonna
What
kill
if?
me too, isn't he?
Yeah, it's what if Inti Creates makes it?
Ooh, are you talking getting Iger back? Bringing him in?
Not necessarily, because I don't know if he would want to work with them again. But what if just Inti Creates? Because they've proven they can make 2 different versions of it.
I'd have a lot of faith if they get announced to do it. I'd be more up for that.
That'd be a good sign. Okay, cool.
Yeah, why not?
I love both of those 2 games. I love them so much that I got my fill for Bloodstain, and I'd never played Bloodstain.
Funny because Daniel said the same thing.
Mm.
He had a similar view.
Maybe I just absorbed him because I'm way cooler.
No, they're both good. Yeah.
I love the fact
What'd
that
you
Chris is with the bit. He understands it. I love it. If it was any other guest, he'd be like, "What is going on?"
Daryl, what do you want to see from this Castlevania? I know you just mentioned that other team possibly making
Inti Creates, yeah.
Yeah.
So they did the. Do you remember the other Bloodstained games, Connor?
I remember them,
like
sure.
pixel
Those
ones.
guys that made those, yeah.
Iga
made the main Bloodstained game, the Ritual of the Night, but they were the ones that the Inti Creates made the 2 like smaller games.
Is it Curse of the Moon? Is that
Yes, Curse of the Moon 1 and 2. Yeah. Honestly, I would like to just see a reboot. The story, I know they try to continue it and it gets a little convoluted. I kind of would just like to see something along the lines of the show, how it's like new canon, right? Like, let's start with a new Belmont, have it build up to Dracula and all that, and have it build up to Alucard, and then Alucard could maybe even have it a game in between or something. Like, I think we need to kind of build back. Like, after Lords of Shadows 1 and 2, I know people liked the first one, but the second one did not land. Those were really the last games. Yes.
The Lords of Shadows, that's the 3D Devil May Cry.
Yeah, character action game. Yeah.
I played the first one, a bit of it, and I quite enjoyed it.
People like the first one, but the second one was apparently pretty awful.
But Konami working on this new Castlevania game, are you expecting 2D Metroidvania?
They have to,
or are you thinking this type of which?
No.
But what if they came out and like they did like the action adventure game, whatever it's called?
Give them a chance either way, but 2D would be preferable.
Honestly, I think I just want to give my one thought about that is I think it would be even if I'm trying to convince them, I'd say it'd be even cheaper to make it 2D. You can make it 2.5D or right or something like that, and just make it that. That's a better way to do it.
Luckily for them as well, like because when all these Castlevania games came out in the Stone Age when Chris was a little boy. Oh, sorry. They were that was their how can I put it? I'm out of focus.
Daryl, I think I know Sims' address. Would you like to carry out another hit?
Sure.
Sure. But at that time in the the early 90s, I'm guessing, right? Sorry, I'm not very good at history.
For Castlevania,
80s into the
late
90s.
80s.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
But back in the day,
17th century.
Back in the day, that was like that's all they could go for as well. Like that was as well as good as technology was at the time, side-scrolling action, and they smashed it. Like history, it's in the history books. It's probably one of the best games of all time. Like Symphony of the Night. Is it Symphony of the Night? Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So now, luckily for them, that same type of like style of gameplay hasn't outdated. Like it's still as
it's evolved
ferocious
a little,
as ever. Yeah, but like look at Metroid Dread that just come out. Like luckily, like for them, they can go back to that, and I agree they should, and it is cheaper. And I think the Castlevania fans prefer them as well. Like I think because
they're ravenous.
The first Lord of the Shadows was great. I think I played about a couple of hours of it. I enjoyed it. So yeah, like what I'm trying to say is like, lucky for them, they can go back to them roots. And like, luckily, like I think old game. They say like old game is old, but sometimes old game is great. Like and the premise of
sometimes
what
you
that
need to
could
prove
be.
yourself again.
Yeah, definitely.
Which
Yeah,
they
100%.
do as a company. Like they have burned every bridge. They've stopped really developing games. They've really only put out collections, published a few things, made 2 pretty bad games over the past 6 years. So they really need to say, "Hey, we're Konami. We have some of the greatest IPs in gaming that people love. Let's try to get back into the limelight again." I mean, that's going to take a lot of rebuilding for Konami, but Konami is one of those huge names. They have been for years.
This is the
Konami
same.
was so good in my youth. So good. It's hard to believe how bad they are now. You're very kind by saying pretty bad games for those two. They were trash.
In the same report,
There's
though.
nothing to get out of it.
Sorry, Carl.
Even in that article, there were some other things that came out. It says that's expected to be unveiled in 2022 sometime, and Konami wants to return to premium console game development.
If
They're
you
also
remember,
open to working with external partners, and you will see
wanna
the new
spice in
Castlevania
something.
game first, apparently.
yeah, I want to spice in a little something here.
Sure.
If you go rewind your clock back to E3, if you remember, they were supposed to have an E3 conference, and then they took it away, and they said that they weren't ready. They had no other timeline for another event, but they were supposed to be at E3. I mean, they could maybe show a tease of anything at like maybe the Keeleys. Who knows?
The Keeley.
Yeah, anywhere could work for that, right?
Mhm.
I think I know where you're going to bring up.
Oh yeah, in the same report they've mentioned Metal Gear, Silent Hill. Obviously, we talk about Silent Hill regularly, so like hopefully that is the truth. I think there's too many. I know Daryl, whatever your fucking name is, you don't like rumors, and to a point where I think, especially when it comes to Silent Hill, I got to a point where I just don't like rumors anymore. But like, there's too many rumors now that have said like something is coming Silent Hill related in the next 5 years,
I mean,
which
they've
is exciting.
said that though. They've said the 2 games.
Of course,
One indie or smaller, and then one with a prominent Japanese developer. That's what they've said for a long time.
So, and then Metal Gear as well, which is exciting. I can't talk.
Yeah, Metal Gear. Who knows? I mean, I really don't want them to ever touch that franchise again. I'd honestly just like them to sell the IP back to Kojima if they want to. But I think you're trying to get at with the Kojima rumor with Silent Hill.
No, wasn't even thinking that
Okay.
even crossed my mind. I'm just saying,
Because
like,
there was another rumor of that, and it's like maybe it's true, but I still kind of believe.
yeah, definitely, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Actually, yeah.
There's another rumor of that, which is very interesting because this keeps popping up, but I don't ever see him working with them ever again, no matter what. Even if it is through Sony, like the rumor is.
And that's the only thing we'll ever agree on as well. I don't think that relationship's ever.
I don't see that, and it's clear that he wants to work on some cloud-based game, right? Like I think initially he wanted to work with Stadia, right? Wasn't that the initial talks? Was he was going to Stadia because they have the tech, and then now the stuff with him and Xbox. So we'll see. Don't know.
Next door.
I wanted to talk about it.
Sure.
Sorry,
I don't mean to take.
I feel like
take over.
Connor
the
was
whole
trying to move on for so long. Sorry, Connor.
Well, next up on me. I next up. The Kojima thing it's getting ridiculous at this point. It's just crazy with this. How many we see a new rumor of Kojima making a Silent Hill game every 2 months at this point, and it's just like.
And he can only work on so many games, right?
Yeah, when this one popped up last week, and I was like, "Oh shit, here we go again." You know, it's that GTA meme. Here we go again. Like, I
Yeah.
that's all I really want to say. I just can't take it anymore with these goddamn Silent Hill Kojima rumors. Like, just make it and announce it, or don't. You know, I'd rather he just come out and say like, "Hey, I'm not making a Silent Hill game." You know, like that'd be great. How about you just come out and say he comes out on Game Awards, just like, "Hey guys, I'm not making a Silent Hill game."
I mean, it would be cool if he came out and Game Awards was like this big deal with Xbox and all that. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I just want to see his next game. Like I said, with Kojima, for me, you make a horror game or you don't make anything at all. I don't care what his next game is unless it's a horror game.
You know what cool people do?
What's that?
They drink white zombie.
Zombie. Is that what cool people drink? That Daryl?
They do. They do.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Next up.
One more thing.
Will-
Sorry. But the interesting thing about the Konami and Kojima thing, Kojima and the Metal Gear, like It's not like Joe Blogs is reporting this as well. Like we're talking Gamatsu, and then Jeff Grubb like second.
He didn't. He said he wouldn't be surprised because I do follow Jeff Grubb.
Yeah, I mean,
he said he wouldn't be surprised, but he was the one that did that initial reporting of the Xbox stuff.
It's just and Natalie will kill me for saying this. It's boring now. It's just we just need.
There's only so much
news.
here about the rumor, right? There's only so much. Like, it's got to be something. Just show something. I think they should be tired of the rumor. Konami themselves show something.
They're probably not because it's the only thing keeping them in the limelight right now. But
they don't need to be though. They print money every year.
If they want to get back into console games, though, they're gonna need to be, right?
Sure.
Just I like to do this. Just a little bit of breaking news. Like HBO's added Brad Leland in a mysterious new role in the new Last of Us.
Can you tell me who he is?
It doesn't say.
The name doesn't sound familiar.
Oh, I don't know either.
Can you Google him for me. Come back to me.
What's his name?
Brad
Leland. He's probably another HBO actor because they get a lot of them too.
This old geezer.
Oh yeah.
Who the fuck is that guy gonna play?
I mean,
he's probably playing Bill.
That's what I was saying. Have they announced
Sarah?
Have they announced? Have they announced who Bill is?
No, they've only announced the 4: Sarah, Ellie, Joel, and Tommy. That's all they've announced so far.
Why wouldn't they just announce he's Bill if he's Bill?
Oh no, Con O'Neill. Con O'Neill is Bill. So we got.
Is there a few more?
We got Pedro Pascal as Joel, Bella Ramsey as Ellie, Gabriel Luna as Tommy. Luna as Tommy.
Yeah.
Mil Dandridge as Marlene. Nico
they
Parker.
did announce the actress as Marlene. That's right. I forgot about that.
Nico Parker as Sarah. Jeffrey Price as Perry. Who's Perry?
The platypus.
Is Perry the guy that gets his arm broken?
Either way, they're probably going to announce extra characters. There's going to be extra characters in the series that we won't know from the game just to pad it out. So.
Con O'Neill as Bill. Murray Bartlett as Frank. Ann Torv as Tess. Brad Leland as Mr. Adler.
Of course, Mr. Adler.
Anyway, that's it. That's all I got for you.
Husband of Mrs. Adler.
We had a really good chat about that last week. I enjoyed listening to that the other day.
Next up, we're going to do a little review roundup, guys, of Far Cry 6 and Metroid Dread.
Two good ones.
We'll start with Far Cry 6. I'm on OpenCritic, so fuck off Metacritic. Far Cry 6 is currently sitting at an 80 on OpenCritic. About 101 reviews. Got an 8
Pretty good.
from IGN. 7.5 from PC Gamer.
I think GameStop gave it a 9. I think
GameStop gave it a 9.
Or I'm sorry, Game Informer. I'm sorry.
Game Informer right here. Give it a 9.
Give it a 9.
Yeah, pretty good reviews. Sitting at an 80. I think that's like kind of mid tier for Far Cry games.
I mean, it's about what I expected.
Sure, right around there.
I expected maybe slightly higher, but it might be slightly higher for me. I don't know. I have to play it.
I know Greg Miller said it was his favorite one.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, which is very very good news.
I've not listened to it yet. I'm excited.
No, it was just a tweet. I just saw the tweet.
Yeah, I think. I've seen that.
Let me read this because OpenCritic does this cool little thing with like the negatives and positives of it.
Really?
A couple positives. Yeah, there's Far Cry 6 classic gameplay successfully mixes some fresh ideas. Yara has many of the best areas in the franchise.
Ooh, that got me going. Oh
yeah, I guess that's the place. I thought that was a name. Anyways,
Yara is the country,
big island, big area. Yeah.
And then a negative, Far Cry 6 narrative misses some of the keynotes. Missing those keynotes.
Ooh, that's not what I wanted to hear.
Nah, you don't want to hear that.
It might be that it'll land for you, that it just didn't land for them. You never know.
I just hope that there's enough Giancarlo. And that he needs to be throughout and often.
I agree. Reading this, it's
Tim's, you were gonna say something? I don't want you to be missed over. What were you gonna say?
Tim's raised his hand.
No. Has it ever been a good Far Cry story? I mean, people talk highly.
Fun.
Yeah, but people talk highly of 3, but it falls on its arse halfway through. Like,
yeah, but people don't talk
arse.
about the story of 3. I think 3 has a fun story. It's just a group of kids like going on a vacation and they get taken over by like pirates, and then it just devolves. And I think that's just a dumb fun story. Like, you start tripping balls, you have sex with a lady, you can kill her, she can kill you. I don't know. It's fun. It's cool, and it's on an island. So
yeah, I just replayed 3 last year. It's not a good story by any means, but it's fun. Like he was just saying, yeah, it's like a fucking. I was gonna say Disney Channel movie, but
as long as
it kind of is
a dark Disney Channel movie.
There's that one where like that exact scenario happens where they get stuck on an island and they have to like fight pirates and shit. I forget what it's called, but
what?
Yeah, that's a real thing. Look it up, kids.
Luck of the Irish.
As long as there's enough time for John Gus from Breaking Bad to shine, then I feel like they'll have it'll be good all round. Like, I mean, we've seen a couple of scenes. I think they've really like shown a bit too much of him, but like every scene he just seems to like dominate. Like, especially, same with Breaking Bad.
You have to know that actor. Yeah, you got to know that actor. He just chews up a scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's going to be intimidating.
Yeah,
and I just hope that they gave him enough to work with.
I'm gonna play it after all my moaning the first couple of weeks. I'm gonna put it on, and
it's just gonna be a game to just have fun.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So just play it for that. Right?
But the reviews are pretty much...
I liked 5. I think I was on the higher end of 5, because I know 5 got some hate, and I think that like the constant interrupting and like kidnapping you, I think sucked. But everything else, I loved 5. I thought Montana was a great area. I thought the introduction of the people for hire or whatever they called them, and you can like have them do abilities and stuff. I thought that was really fun.
The ending.
I like the way 5 was set up with all the villains and stuff too.
Yeah, it just
their own area, and then you get caught and then do the little boss fight at the end type thing. I thought that was actually all really good. Yeah, all the mainline Far Cries I've really enjoyed. Like 3, 4, 5. Obviously I didn't play 1 or 2. Actually, I did play 2, but yeah, 3, 4, 5 I've loved. It's the side ones are the ones where I get fatigued on them and find them to get a little repetitive. So I just kind of stopped playing those after, what was the last one? New Dawn,
yeah.
That was the DLC.
Yeah, that was like, I just didn't even play that because I was like, okay, I've had my fill on Far Cry until the next mainline one. What were you gonna say, Sims?
I just said I enjoyed Primal. Very different, completely different, and like I think that one worked as a, let's say, DLC
standalone.
Yeah, like thing. You start off, you got a club. Do you know what I mean?
See, that's what I would hope they do with the next spin-off one or whatever. Like Blood Dragon was like super different from 3. Primal was super different from 4. And then New Dawn kind of felt more Primal.
Blood Dragon. Should I play
Blood Dragon? Oh, hell yeah. There's that classic edition coming out. Yeah, you'd enjoy that. I love that.
I own it. I own it.
Do you? Oh, yeah. Just play it like that then. Yeah. Okay. I mean, if you wanted to, it's just more Far Cry in that
Is it long?
No. Like 10 hours probably, something like that.
New Dawn
is much longer than I thought.
New Dawn's an actual sequel, though, isn't it, to Far Cry 5?
Yeah, New Dawn does continue.
It's following on from the events at the end of 5. So
it's a weird half sequel type of thing.
There's story beats in that is straight up like it's a sequel to 5 for sure.
Well, 5, like, I don't know, spoiler. 5's ending is wild.
That's a wild ending.
That ending is wild.
I'm glad we're all in agreement on that because the 5 ending is great. People hate it.
Like, how could you continue? Like, I don't know. The ending's insane.
Chris, anything you guys say on this?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to play it through the Ubisoft subscription system on the PC. So I'll play it either on my Shadow PC, or I'll use GeForce Now if it's allowed, so I can stream it from the cloud. Or I will play it on Stadia, because you can use the Ubisoft Pass on Stadia for all the Ubisoft games. So.
You know what's not cool?
Stadia.
Yeah, Stadia's not cool.
It's useful when you want to play a game on your telly.
Daniel's got a Stadia over there. He's got the Chromecast and the controller, and it's just dust collector.
I really respect the fact that Chris is like, everything he just said was like pretty much cloud based. Like, except for one or maybe one. Like, how like, what a wonderful way to live. Do you know what I mean?
Away in the clouds.
What a beautiful way to live. Like, will it work? Will it not? Is there?
It'll work fine. If they drop it at midnight, I could be playing it at midnight, and it'll be great.
It's out today? Tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's today.
Yeah.
Is it?
Far Cry's
It's
coming
today.
out on Thursday.
Oh, it's not today?
Yeah,
No, it's not today.
Tomorrow is
okay.
tomorrow. You think it's Thursday because we're doing this.
Yeah.
I was shocked at that because I got the countdown on me on PlayStation. And I was like,
okay.
that's not Friday.
For some reason, I still thought it was Wednesday, the release.
No.
Okay.
Video games are being weird now, and they're coming out on Thursday.
That's why I thought it was because Halo is going to be on Wednesday, which it doesn't make any sense.
Stop it. We all agreed on Friday. You have to stick with Friday.
No, it was Tuesday.
That was years ago, and then we switched to Fridays.
Don't try to no. Movies are on Friday. Games are on Tuesday. That's how it is.
Yeah, but for years now.
Okay, you don't know what's cool.
Friday. You don't know what's cool. I want Daniel back.
We always used to have Fridays, and then we started to blur in and bring in Tuesdays, and then kind of Fridays now, mostly. So I think, we'll just take what you are.
Back in the day, it used to be America would get the game on a Tuesday, and we'd get it on a Friday. Yeah. So, and then I think just to make it a global, worldwide release,
games are starting to do global. Even Japanese releases are being global.
Yeah, it's very rare you see. I mean, like Pokemon, that's worldwide now, isn't it? Like
Lost Judgment. Getting a complete global release when 7 was not Yakuza 7 was not a global release.
In fairness, though, we rarely used to get the game at the same time that you guys did. We'd have to wait like months for them to apparently localize the English accent, the slight changes in words.
You got to change from pudding and biscuit or whatever else you guys.
Yeah, because that was really vital in like Mario games and things like that. You needed to have that.
Yeah, you know what Mario says? Oh, wahoo, biscuit. You know,
it's ridiculous. It really was. The amount of import games I used to buy.
Yeah, man. They used to be very easy accessible from a certain shop in Derbyshire. But you didn't live in Derby then, did you?
I didn't. I used to go from Staffs.
We used to have Another World in Derby. It was another world.
A whole new world.
Yeah, and it closed within about 6 months of me arriving in Derby. It was really annoying. Sorry. Quite busy.
No, you're good. We will now do a review roundup for Metroid Dread. It is currently sitting at an 88 on OpenCritic. Very high. IGN gave it a 9. GameSpot gave it an 8. Let me find another good one here.
Easy Allies have not been able to review both. I've been waiting for the review.
Nah, Easy Ally is always like a day or two behind.
It depends. Sometimes they'll get it early and then they'll have it out, but sometimes they don't. So
88 on Metacritic, very high. Seems like a lot of praise for this game thus far. Are you guys excited?
What are you going to say, Chris?
I was going to say Jules from What Culture reviewed it earlier. Watched his video review, and he said it was excellent. He really enjoyed it. Okay. And I do tend to value his appearance. His opinion, not appearance. His appearance is fine, but I value his opinions more. Yeah.
And speaking of people's opinions you value, the IGN reviewer was actually Sam Claiborne, which I love him on GameScoop. One of my favorite podcasts to listen to.
When's the last time you reviewed a game?
Sam does not review a ton of games, so the fact that Sam is an old school gamer, loves old school games, and has reviewed this and he gave it a 9, like that's all I needed to hear. Like I'm just picking it up. So
yeah, I like Sam too. I just like know his style of game. He's very particular with stuff, so you can just tell. Sims.
Let me just give my impressions on what I think of Dread, and then I really want to get into a topic of conversation. I think we can squeeze it in before I have to dip. I can't wait to play this game. This game looks incredible, and like I think I'm very fussy when it comes to like Metroidvanias. I think I've only played 2 in my entire life.
You played Ori 2 last
exactly,
year?
Yeah. So I'm saying 2. I'll play 2 now at this point. Shadow Complex and this one. This looks amazing. Like even the art style and the boss battles look incredible. Like I'm really excited to like play this. Like I want to say handheld, but like I'd like to play it handheld. I might pick it up tomorrow. No, I won't. But yeah, I'm excited. This is something that's like
comes out on Friday.
All right, it's not Thursday. But yeah, I'm excited. Really, really excited. Actually, I've always wanted to play a Metroid game. I want to see what the fuss is all about.
Play Super Metroid.
I don't have access.
It's online.
Yeah, Nintendo Online. on the Super Nintendo. So
is it?
One of the greatest games of all time. And it will not take you long. Follow a walkthrough, and if you follow a walkthrough, it can take you 5-6 hours.
Brilliant game.
And it's one of the greatest games of all time. One of the best pixel art looking games all time.
Super.
It's not as good as
Metroid.
Symphony of the Night.
No,
But
I completely agree with that. Well said, Daryl.
Hey, thank you.
I'll help you.
Thank
I'll help you hide the murders. Yeah, it's okay.
Chris, are
Now
you
you
picking
can
this
help.
one up?
Pardon?
Are you picking this game up?
Probably not day one. I've got my haul for the month, I think, already sorted. So, but yeah, I do want to play it. It might be I end up putting it off till, say, Christmas or something. One thing I will say about it, I don't know if any of you guys are interested in getting one. I'm probably not going to get one because of the cost, but apparently it looks very, very nice on the new OLED version of the Switch. Hopping colours and everything.
Yeah, that it does appeal to me. I love an OLED, but the big issue is with the Switch, it is a dock only console for me. That's it. I don't ever play handheld. That's just not how I want to play my Switch. I have played it handheld, like if I'm traveling or whatever, which is not often. It is a dock only console, so that literally upgrade is no purpose for me. Absolutely none.
And you know there will be an iteration at some point soon. They can't carry on with a console that's as old as the Switch is without.
I mean, it was behind when it launched. So
It's either that or it's just their next console, right? Is
Switch 2, yeah,
2 or whatever. Yeah, because I mean, at this point, what are we, 4 years in? Like, how long is the Switch console life cycle going to last? 7-8 years at most. So we'll see with that. Sims, you want to say something?
Maybe this is literally like conspiracy theory just popped into my head. Maybe they're looking after the handheld characters, yeah, real characters, the handheld people now with here's the nice OLED. Can't really get any more powerful than this, and then maybe we do see the 4K one, but it's only a console, and that's like the best. And they make it a bit more chunkier, and it's like, look, if you want this 4K, these are the limitations. We've tried our best. This is the best you're gonna get, and people will buy it. And then if you do want to play a handheld, they'll say, oh, you can play this on your Switch normal. But maybe some kind of you just use the cartridge, or you have the same accounts on 2 different Switches. But yeah, I think maybe they go, look, we can't do it with a Switch, but we can do it on a Nintendo, not Switch, if that makes sense.
But I want to counter that because I think that they found too much success on not splitting their audience. For years and years and years and years. Since 89? Was that when Game Boy came out? Was that when Game Boy came out? I think 89. Right? I think it was 89.
Come on, Chris, you're old.
I'll call them out like that.
It was about 1989 or roughly, and I think
it was 89. Yeah.
So I like how we finally get someone older than Sims on the show, and he just harps on him nonstop.
Sims is not even much older than Daryl.
Oh dear.
But yeah, so they've split their audience for a long time, and I think the reason why they're so successful now is because people don't go out and buy the 3DS and then the Wii U. It's they're buying the Switch. Yeah. Right, so I think that however the Pro will be, or whatever that upgrade is, the Switch 2, whatever that's going to be, is going to have some sort of dock, not dock. I mean, they have the handheld only with the light, so who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they could do a dock only. I don't know.
The likelihood of Nintendo leaving a handheld behind seems very slim to me. If you look through their history, they've had some real big successes, but they've had some flops of consoles, whereas have they had a handheld that's really steered them wrong yet? They've managed to do iteration after iteration of them, and they still sell like hotcakes.
To be fair, most of their mainline consoles have not sold very well. The N64 did not sell that well. It got outsold. GameCube was their lowest selling console. Actually, the Wii U after the Wii U, the Wii U did not sell well. They got really lucky with the Wii. They hit a market with the Wii, but for the most part, their mainline consoles have not sold very well. But their handhelds have sold phenomenal, every single one. So
we won't mention the Virtual Boy, but
the Virtual Boy.
Yeah. That one we just forget about. That.
If they did make a console that was only docked, you couldn't pick up a Switch and play that. They'd have to compete with PS5 and Series X then, right? And that just it almost seems impossible. You know, you can't make a do that and have it be as powerful as the PS4 and Xbox One now, right? You can do. You'd have to make one that's
Can't constantly be a gen behind.
Systems. Yeah, you still end up being a gen behind. So I don't know, unless they were going to go all out and pretty much make a whole new console. I wouldn't really like the whole only dock version of a Switch.
Nintendo tried once before to be like, we're the big guys in the yard in terms of we're going to have the most powerful console, when they tried the N64 or the Ultra 64 as it was, and then they cocked it up. Like, as much as I love that console,
they made enemies,
made enemies, put it on cartridges, and watched everybody else embrace CDs and then DVDs, and that's it.
Not only that too, like it fucked with their games too, right? Like you'd still, if you make a 3D Mario game and you try to take advantage of only dock console, and
who's
all
getting it?
That would come with that, right? Exactly. It's like, could that work then on Switch? Or are you just downgrading that version to hell, and then it's gonna look like shit on the handheld version?
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, that'd be difficult to do. Sims.
Also, it'd be a massive ripple effect on like developers as well. Like, how long are we've already waiting forever for Mario's or Zelda's, these big AAA Nintendo titles. Would this double the development time? Because obviously they've got to make it look shinier, run better, bigger.
I mean, we've seen that throughout the it's rippled throughout the industry. Game development time, money, everything has gone up and up and up and up, and it's just it seems unsustainable. So we'll see. Nintendo seems to kind of found a way to keep going, but we've been very critical. The whole industry has been generally pretty critical of their games. Like, they had a really good first 2 years, and then they've kind of coasted for the past 2.5. So
good job they had Pokemon Snap to save the day.
Well, I am very intrigued to see how well Metroid Dread sells. The Metroid traditionally doesn't sell particularly well.
It does not. What is the other one? Metroid. Is Super Metroid the highest with 4 million or something? Which is not much.
Yeah, no.
Pretty much guaranteed this will be the highest selling Metroid game.
I think so.
Yeah, just because it's on Switch. Yeah. Probably sell 20 million copies.
Let's spend 5 minutes on this, right? So we're in that normally hot season of video games, and we are, but I think we're about to be past it. Really, I think it's kind of got a cool down.
October's huge, yeah.
And then after November, December, I think November's quite a quiet one, except for your big Call of Duties. I'm right in saying
comparatively to other Novembers.
November has Forza. Forza might be Forza, Call of Duty, and Battlefield. Yeah. Forza, Call of Duty, Battlefield, I think.
Oh, you're right. Battlefield got delayed there, huh? Forgot about that.
Those are the 3 big ones in November. But that's pretty big November.
I go to these review sites and etc. Do you think maybe IGN, maybe the one that I'm really picking on is they just seem to be giving high scores for fun. The Hot Wheels one seemed a bit excessive. It's just 9s, 10s, 9s,
to be honest,
10s at the moment. I mean,
a lot of the reviewers aren't the ones reviewing these games. IGN has so many new people now. It's a different website than we have kind of grew up with IGN. So I mean, this is just what it's how it always has been. It's just back at old IGN. It was we knew who that was reviewing that game. So now it's maybe they contracted this person. I don't know.
I mean, but they still have
difference with IGN right now is though that they round up or down the score to an even number or whatever. They don't do the decimal points anymore, so that could be part of it too. Maybe Hot Wheels would have got an 8.7 or whatever the fuck instead of a 9.
I mean, look at the. I've just finished Deathloop. I had probably the best time of my life at Deathloop. It's not a 10.
That's what me and Connor said.
It's not a 10.
We love it, but
it's not
a 10.
It's a 9.
Yeah.
It's a 9.
I think it's a 9.5.
I don't know.
Maybe?
It just seems to be everything just seems to be 9.5. Everything just seems to be high. And don't get me wrong, I want every game to succeed and get the best reviews and then sell well. But I don't know. It just seems to be you could be right, this is an 8 or this is a 9. I just think they need to bring that decimal point back.
They do. I agree. I think 20 points perfect. But I want to say this though, is that there isn't a lot of 10s.
I know,
just don't get 10s anymore.
Definitely not a 10, and that's what.
Look at this year. Yeah, but that's just one game. Look at generally this year.
I don't think we should get a lot of 10s though.
No,
No, I mean we shouldn't be getting a 10 every.
I just watched GameSpot's all their 10 out of 10s, and there's multiple years in a row where they'll have a 3-year gap. You know what I mean? Something like that before another 10. And I agree with that.
You shouldn't be afraid to give a 10 though.
No, you shouldn't be afraid, but it should be the thing that's hard to achieve.
Definitely. I just wanted to point it out that there isn't a lot of 10s ever.
I find with most like 10 out of 10 video games, they're more divided than your typical 9 out of 10. Like Titanfall 2 is like a 9 out of 10, right? And everyone agrees that game is great. But then you look at Red Dead Redemption 2, which is like a 10 out of 10 across the board.
It's a perfect video game. Yeah.
But I find like half the people you talk to hate Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well, they don't have taste. They don't know what's
No, but like we've talked about Red Dead Redemption 2 nonstop. I understand why people don't like Red Dead Redemption 2. Same thing with Breath of the Wild. There's plenty of people that don't like Breath of the Wild, right?
Well, they're wrong too.
Games that are like 9 out of 10, you're wrong. But then there's games that are like 9 out of 10 that are just universally loved. I feel like most 10 out of 10s are not universally loved.
Yeah, I think we're getting a lot of 8s.
Maybe
I think everything. It seems to be 8 has been becoming the average. It used to be kind of seemed like 7 was, but that 7's not even an average. Like I feel like review scores are kind of skewed, anyways. Like a lot of games are kind of 7 or above. And it's like 7's not the average. 7's a really good game. It should be. 6 is like supposed to be a good game, and then 5 is an average game. That's how I look at it.
I think audiences have just done that over time, right? Like
you skewed it higher.
Yeah, skewed it higher, definitely. Because like if you're anticipating a game or something, like a big game, and it gets a 7 out of 10, you're probably disappointed immediately. You know?
Yeah, I think you're right.
And that's just kind of how it is.
What was Spider-Man was reviewed at a 7, right?
I think I got 8s and 9s.
That's why the IGN one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think what has happened is I've just grown up, and I'd rather. I mean, not many people have this time, and this is why IGN videos are so like. I mean, I think the Far Cry review video was like 7 minutes long. I mean, and that's what people want: 7 minutes in, out, score. People don't read these articles. People don't read these articles. I admittedly I don't read them because just a score. I'll watch the video and then I'll listen to a podcast, and I'd rather listen to like an hour-long conversation about one video game all day, because then you just get to the nitty-gritty and you understand the things that people dislike. What I'm trying to say is that I just feel like people are just willy-nilly giving out these really high scores, and I'm just thinking, have you really? Is it though? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm always like that hesitant. I'm just like, lately it's been 9, 9, 9, 8, 8, 8, and I'm like,
a lot of 9s.
We're looking at the Hot Wheels one, and you're like, really? Is it though? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that person really enjoyed it, and I think that's fine.
Yeah, if you look at the Metacritic on Hot Wheels,
yes, what I'm saying, like,
and it's fine. Like, you can't blame that guy or IGN.
No, of course
like,
not.
That guy really liked that game.
It's like you see Nebellian's like review roundup, and it's just like IGN's always high at the moment. I don't know, just something that's just like. Especially
I think you're right. And it could just be IGN, and maybe they're outsourcing a lot of reviews, and they happen to be getting people that really just give higher scores. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think you're right, though. I think IGN tends to be the higher end, which I like to look at that, but I don't always take what they say. I usually go to Easy Allies, which they tend to be kind of in the middle to lower end. They don't ever really give 9s. I think a 9 on Easy Allies is really high.
Chris, anything you want to say on this?
No, apart from agreeing really with what Sim said in terms of how I view reviews now is very different. I'll watch the video review and I'll get a feel for something. But in terms of like when I look at IGN, I don't go and I see the review's out. I don't go and start reading the whole thing. I zip down to the score and read the verdict. Yeah, I'll go up and just read the little bit of text beforehand. Just give me a bit of summary. And a lot of that I think is that these days you've got a good feel whether you're going to like a game or not anyway. I think trusting your own instincts also helps, and I don't really want someone to spoil the stuff. If it's a game I'm definitely going to play or I've already made my mind up, I don't want it to be ruined by somebody saying something in the review. So I'm sort of steering away from a lot of review discussions and things because I want to just experience those things myself.
That's exactly why I just scroll down to scores too. I mean, the other reasons too, like to be honest, I don't want to read your review. I mean, I will like afterwards if I'm like super into the game and I just want to hear other people's opinions. But I like going into games as blind as I possibly can, which is kind of hard now hosting this podcast. Yeah. But as blind as I possibly can. So yeah, I just want to see those review scores and get out. And I'm a huge advocate for review scores too, man, because like on a week like this, when I was a kid, and like you're interested in multiple games that are coming out right around the same time, picking the best one, the best one that came out based off review scores. Like that's what I'm doing.
Exciting.
if I wanted to buy Metroid Dread and Far Cry, but I had to pick one, I'm gonna buy the one with the highest review scores, and that's just it. Just based off money.
Especially when you have limited income, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like you buy Metroid Dread then, doesn't it?
No, because I'm not interested in Metroid Dread.
He doesn't like Metrovanias.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll now move on to what we have been playing.
Can I start? Because I need to go.
You need to go? Okay.
In 20 minutes. Within 20 minutes, but like, you guys fucking yabba. I like video games.
Are we talking about
Yabba, but you took so long when you were trying to be strict at 1 o'clock, so.
Okay, if you want to, I'll tell you why I was late. So I have toothache, right? And then I have to take medicine because I'm not a big boy and can't take big boy tablets. So I take medicine, and then that medicine has a reaction with my tum-tum. And I was in a special place making lots of mess. So yeah, you asked. You got the answers. I'm sorry to anybody who's just thrown up.
I did, in my mouth.
Good.
What's a toothache feel like?
You've never had
Just
a
like a
toothache?
No.
Right, I need you to go and slam, like...
Pain in your teeth.
It's like...
That's it.
Yeah.
You ever have something cold where it kind of hurts your teeth a little bit? Just imagine that all the
Just
time.
go and buy it.
Yeah.
Go and buy an ice cream.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I've not really had much tooth stuff.
Mine's on a wisdom as well. Anyway, doesn't matter. My man, Steven Sims, he did it. He platinum Deathloop. By far one of the best experiences of my life. I enjoyed it.
Of your life. You've had
my
two
life.
kids.
I've had 2 kids.
The best moments.
I've had 2 PlayStation 5s. This is
More important.
No, yeah, I was dedicated to this platinum. Not the the platinum makes you do things in the game that if you want to play the game in a certain way, it makes you play with the powers, kill people in different ways, in very specific ways, which I think the way that you should have killed these people, the visionaries, and by the end of it, like there's only like 2, like first of all, like stop putting online trophies in your game. Like if you're either going to put a lot in there or none at all, don't just put 2 and then have really shit matchmaking and then have like unreliable people on the podcast that are like don't answer your call at 3 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, I know what time it was when I text you, Connor. 3 a.m.
Sorry. I fell asleep watching MasterChef. I'm sorry.
MasterChef. Out of all the things you could have fell asleep to.
Too fucked up for beef Wellington, and I just passed out after that.
Man.
You can't. That beef welly, not with Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I couldn't deal with that. I'm sorry, I couldn't deal with life.
But yeah, so I joined this like really like interesting Facebook PlayStation trophy hunters. Really good place to be, actually. Like tells you like a really good group of people reached out. Some guy, I forgot his name. He was like, "Don't worry, mate. You come here and shoot me in the face." I was like, "I will shoot you in the face."
Sound mate.
Well, yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare, that was. But don't get me wrong, everything else was great. Like, and then I'd literally not finished the game. I'd not finished the game. That's a liar. I'd not finished the game right until the end of until platinum minute. I had to finish the game twice at the end, but I'd left that right to the very end. And with all the experience and all of the knowledge that I had, I finished the run within 20 minutes. I was in and out.
The day you did the day in 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes. I was like,
yeah. I mean, it still tells you what to do. It doesn't you don't get the icons away or anything. You know what to do that day. You don't have to remember.
No, it does. It does tell you straight away, though. I mean, spoilers. Harriet, fireworks.
Yes.
Code.
Yes,
couple, 3 people. Done.
I mean, you're just spoiling the entire day.
Well, yeah, but that's it. I mean, there's a build up to it, but by the end of it, that's where you're gonna go. But no, I
thought that last one was so fun. That was the best part of the game.
Oh my god! And I did it twice as well. And one was what? And then the last one was you had to just kill the visionaries and not kill anybody else. But the only one thing that really annoyed me was killing killing Alexis, and I had to wait 10 minutes. For him to needed to be where he wanted to be to do a certain thing to kill the certain do the certain way. Okay, we're trying not to spoil it.
To play it, sorry.
But there's 4 different characters that come, and I can tell you exactly what they're going to say.
So you did it how I did it.
Yeah, but that is the way to do it. That's okay. I think that's
how I did it.
Technically canon. But no, yeah, like by the end of it, I was a ninja. Like I was like getting in places that you shouldn't be in, and I watched a speed run this morning. Like the way this guy killed Harriet in a way that I didn't even think was possible, and it's like, and the developers that watch the IGN do that speedrun thing every week, which is very interesting because they get the developers to watch these people just destroy their video game, which has got to be so demoralizing. And it was like, yeah, like there's certain ways to you can kill them in any way you want, but there was this one way to kill Harriet. I was like, that's amazing. I didn't even realize, like, it's incredible. But by the end of it, like, I love it. The game is incredible. Like, people just don't give Arcane enough credit. Like Dishonored 1, 2, Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, like, so good. It's so good.
Have you watched any lore videos?
No, I to be fair, I've not even seen the other ending. I've only done the one ending where I was just like, okay, see in a bit.
I don't think there's I think there's even like slight tidbit. There's not, from what I can gather, there's not a ton of difference really. I think it's still a general ending.
I do think pretty significantly different.
The weakest part is
it looks exactly the same. Like you're in the same positions and stuff, but what is said is completely different.
Okay. Yeah. I would like to talk about the ending with you guys and see what you did.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. I do want to tell Sims to go watch some lore videos because maybe there's something you're not picking up on there. But
I'll be on it today. No, I've not actually had time to process it because I'm like, I'm going to London tomorrow and I wanted to get this done, but I also wanted to get Life is Strange out of the way as well before to London because I was feeling quite cocky and arrogant about doing this Life is Strange thing. I was like, oh, smash this. Nah, I'm not going to smash it.
I mean, it's only a couple hours in episode.
Yeah, no,
it's just up to you.
It's so like we're getting like it's right. I've done Deathloop, great game. Play it now, Chris. Are you played it?
I haven't even started it. I own it. I haven't played it yet, so I was getting a bit scared there about everyone was going with the spoilers. But
yeah, sorry. Game is incredible. Like
honestly, you'll forget about what he just said, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm quite boring. So I started Life is Strange. I started Life is Strange. I'm only playing. Like, I put the game on. I was like, I'm only playing this game because everyone says it's like potential game of the year, and I'm like, it's not really my bag. But you know what? I could do with just sitting down and enjoying a good story and then having a good time with my life. And I played
this third-person story games.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm having a whale of a time. The first episode is just a whole 24 hours of emotions. Whoever goes through that much bullshit in 24 hours, they need to just stop and move themselves away from the situation. Like episode 2, she should have been on a bus and just leave it. I'm having a really good time. I really want to have a conversation.
Where are you at?
Episode 2, talking to an individual, finding
So you're
out.
in episode 2.
I mean, I think I'm at the end. I think I'm at the end. That game does this weird thing of going, oh yeah, no, there's more. And I'm like, oh right, okay.
Episode 2 goes quick.
I think I do think I'm at the end.
Yeah.
Well, I had to turn it off.
The game, if you like it now, I'm not trying to hype you up. I think it only gets better after 2.
You said this a couple of weeks ago. You said I think after 3 it gets really, really good.
Well, after 2. 3 is my favorite episode. So I think after 2, I think it really, if you're bought in now, you're
gonna love it. Yeah.
This game is beautiful. The soundtrack's incredible. The characters are great. The little town is amazing. And the only thing I don't like about it is the frame rate. Like every time I move,
it took me a minute to get over that.
Oh my god! Every time I move and like spin the camera, and I just want to throw up. I'm just like, Natalie's like, you're right. I was like, what? I was like, it's horrible. But no, yeah, the game's beautiful, and the characters within like an hour into playing it, you feel for every character. Like you like the ending of episode 1 was like, I didn't expect it. I was like, it happened so fast. I was like, what? Like,
so did you not see the trailer?
No, I didn't watch any of it.
Okay.
I had it on. It was always one of those.
They teased that in the trailer.
It was one of those where
that piece of information was known ahead of time.
I didn't know.
I didn't know either. Huh?
It was always
they. I don't want to say it because I don't want to spoil it, but they basically tell you that it kicks off the rest of the game.
it was always the trailer that the Square Enix one. I was like, as soon as the Avengers one was over, I kind of just tuned out because I was like, I know that there's going to be.
Yeah, it was in that trailer.
But yeah,
keep going.
It's just the game's phenomenal. Like the game, it's just a story narrated game. The only thing I don't like about it, like I feel like there's a lot going on around the world. I know it's world building. That's hard words. World.
No, it's because you're British. World building.
Chris, say
world
it.
building.
World.
Chris did it just fine.
Yeah, Chris said it just fine. It's you. Never mind. It's not a British thing.
Anyway, but no, yeah, like all these like flyers and they're all dead distracting. You want to read everything. I think that just like slows the pace of the game down a bit because sometimes it's like, oh wow, okay.
Honestly, if you take a step back, it's all manageable. They don't throw a lot.
No, of course not. No, I just feel like
I could have. Chill game.
I wish I could just like chug for it a little bit faster. We'll get to the good stuff, but I'm also trying to
don't take your time with it more. Yeah, that was one thing I wish I did more. Like I wish I took my time with it a little bit more than I did.
Oh man, I go into every building and I'm like,
take your time. Every crevice. People.
Yeah, I've talked to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been listening to spoiler casts and there's a few things I missed. Just little.
I know, me too.
Stuff.
There's a few things I missed.
Yeah.
As well.
Optional conversations and stuff. Really, whenever they let you explore that town, take your time, just go around, talk to everyone, listen to everything.
That's exactly.
There's a lot of little details that end up being important things come the end of it.
But yeah, I'm having a great time. Thank you, Connor. If you know, you
know.
Oh
yeah, that is mine. Oh yeah, shit. I'm marking all these up. You're gonna have to pay me at some point. This shit ain't free, bud.
It's fine. I'll pay you in blood.
Chris. Okay, I don't know if I need that, but. Chris, let's start with you, man. Or no, we started with Sims. Let's go to you.
I'd say I bought Deathloop, haven't had a chance to play any of it yet. So that is on my to-do list. Life is Strange is one I've never played, and at some point I will do. Probably when the remasters come out. That might be my.
You've not played any in the series, yeah?
None of them. I bought the first one, never played them. So I'm thinking when the remasters come, I might work my way through because the last game did look really good in the trailers. But what I have been playing, I've been playing Castlevania Advance Collection. Played that on the Switch. Started playing Circle of the Moon. Wow, looks so much better on the Switch than I remember it being on the GBA. The fact that I can actually see it in the light, that helps because the original GBA not had a backlit screen.
Get that attached.
You didn't have one of those little flashlights.
But no, it's really impressive, and the fact that you can sort of stretch it to be almost like the full size of the Switch screen, it's really nice. It's just cool. So much fun to sit there and just work your way through, and I love Metroidvania, the Castlevania Metroidvania, so that's really, really good. I played about half an hour of Eastward yesterday. Really enjoyed it. Very, very impressive. Apart from everybody does this all the time. They've got real breathing problems.
Is that like this idle animation?
Yeah, it's the art style. It's like, oh, that's really weird.
So is it how much? So this is what Chucklefish? Is that who does this? And so is there any Stardew bits to it, or just how it looks?
It's just how it looks. What I played half an hour. It doesn't feel like it's going to be Stardew Valley, but really impressive. Probably more like a Zelda. Is the way it sort of felt. I'm hitting slugs with a frying pan in a very much sort of like I'm slashing with the Master Sword way. And
I actually had no idea this was the Stardew Valley team.
Mm-hmm. This is the next game.
Well, it's Chucklefish. Yeah, the it's beautiful. I did straight away turn off the dialogue sound effect because it sounds like a typewriter every time someone speaks. And it's like
there's a lot of
annoying
games that don't have vocals that use that, and it's like, okay, you don't need to be annoying with it.
Yeah, I can read. That's fine. Just give me the music and turn that off. But once I've done that, beautiful game, and I'm looking forward to playing more of that. I played that I got the Steam version, and I was sitting playing it on GeForce, whatever the.
Surprised you didn't get it on Switch.
Because I wanted to play it wherever I am with Wi-Fi, and I can't always get to my Switch because my daughter plays it, and my wife.
Yeah.
So I do like GeForce Now. I played it on that. That was really good. But the game I've played mostly since the Friday, I played Fist. Fist. Forged in Shadow Torch. I'm in love with that game. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's Metroidvania with a combo system of like fighting and everything. The story's great. It's a beautiful, beautiful place to explore. Lots of rewarding bits of, I'll go back and I'll try that with this power and do all those things. And it's just so satisfying. I'd highly recommend it.
You said combos.
Rat or whatever.
You play a rabbit with a giant metal fist on his back. Because I think it's one big hand, but he's got both his hands, and it's actually attached on the back. He's got this big fist. I've managed to swap it for a drill now, so I can flip between. So now I can do all sort of things. And he uses a helicopter. It's brilliant. I
have a question about that combo system. So I don't know if you've played the Guacamelee games.
Yeah.
So that has a very in-depth combo system. Is it anything like that combo-wise?
It's not racking up your scores, but it's making you to do some of the moves. It's more like a...
Guacamelee gets into like beat-em-up territory, where you're like grappling and like doing that kind of stuff.
It's button combinations to do certain moves in particular ways. It's a bit sort of Devil May Cry-ish in that way in terms of I can get my sword to spin this way if I do it this way. But they're really easy to pick up. But it's a pretty standard Metroidvania, very satisfying, sort of the jumping around and exploration. But the combat is also really good. Some really good challenging enemies, some really good boss fights as well. I would highly recommend it. I'm playing it on the PS5.
Cool.
I gotta go.
Okay.
Bye, Sims.
Thanks for having me, Sims.
You just muted your mic and then you started talking again.
As at any time, if you're not here when I get back, see you in a bit. If you are, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye, Sims.
This is my Wednesday. Every Wednesday.
So I have a question, Chris.
Love you, Connor.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Sims.
He only loves me, he hates the rest. Okay, I love you too, Sims. Bye.
So, Chris, me and you are both big Metroidvania fans. Yeah. This game, there's two Metroidvanias that are like back burners that are like very afterthoughts, and this was one that's recently happened. And then the other one that I've missed this year is Ender Lilies. Did you play Ender Lilies?
I don't even know if I've heard of Ender Lilies. I'm gonna look it up.
So it's called Ender Lilies: Quietus of the Night.
Okay.
And it kind of reminded me of like a Souls mixed with a Metroidvania, and you play as like this little girl that has like a ghost knight following her, and the ghost knight is what attacks. So it's like a sword that like attacks or something. But yeah, look into that. I didn't know if you had played that.
No, I haven't. I will definitely look into that one. But no,
it gets everywhere.
If you like Metroidvania, Fist is amazing. Well worth a play.
Okay.
The other one, if you've never played it and you love a Metroidvania and you want one that's really like Symphony of the Night, Time Spinner.
Time Spinner?
Time Spinner.
Is it new?
No, it's been out for a few years. It was one again. I think I either heard about it on PS I Love You or something back when Colin was on it. And
a long time ago.
Yeah, I played it on the Vita, but it's also on the PS4, so I think it's probably backwards compatible on through the 5. It's a phenomenal Metroidvania. That game.
Highly heard of it. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm a little behind on the genre because I haven't even played Hollow Knight yet. So, and I know I have to play that. That's one I have to play. So
I like it. It's a punishing game though. I will go back to it. I played but it was punishing.
Yeah, the only thing that like makes me not want to play it is I've heard how long the game is, and like that's not what I'm looking for Metroidvania. You know, length.
Ironically, I think I started playing Time Spinner at the same time as I got Hollow Knight, and it was Time Spinner that got my attention. The one that stuck with me. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely one that's under a lot of people's radar.
Cool. What's next for you then? I know you just said you got Deathloop.
Deathloop, that'll probably be it because of Christmas and everything coming up.
Sure.
Saving money and everything. Although Game Pass is going to give me Halo, so I'll have to play
Back for Blood.
Back for Blood's worth a play. I will play Forza. Yeah, Forza. Sorry, yeah.
All three of those Game Pass.
Yeah,
we were just talking about this on the Discord the other day. Is like I got to save up because I'm buying the Halo Xbox, that special edition one. So I gotta save a little bit of it. So I'm like pretty much done buying games for the year. But then I was just like, thank God for Game Pass, right? Because I get like Back 4 Blood, Forza, and Halo to just round out my year like that. And those are 3 big games that I would buy, but now I'll get them for like what, $30 just with the 2 months of there. So it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's tremendous value, really is.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was doing. I don't think I'd had a chance to do it before the last time I was on. But one thing I did get to do last week, I tried. So they brought xCloud to the Xbox itself through, I think, the Insider program, and I managed to play MLB Baseball, MLB 21, and I'm just streaming it without it being installed on my system. Fabulous, really impressive. Yeah,
Exciting.
really good.
I'm so curious with the streaming stuff because in my mind it's just like, okay, it's gonna run like shit still because it's streaming. But I guess like we're probably at a point where shit can run just fine through
You
streaming.
have decent internet. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I imagine I'm going to download because I really enjoyed it. First time I played MLB, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to download it properly. I imagine it's going to look slightly better when I play it, at least when I play it off the system. But it was no way was it ugly. It was really like perfectly. I would be perfectly happy to play it at that level. And
there's no
like
frame rate problems. Like it doesn't stutter or anything. No, that's awesome.
Nothing at all. It was fine. But then I was playing Halo 5 in a park in London a couple of years ago, just on 4G. So
really?
there are ways that, streaming
Halo 5 was working well too through that?
Yep. Yeah, I was having a great time.
That's crazy.
I have a question
game too.
For you, Chris. You said that Deathloop might be your last game. What about Metroid Dread? Do you plan on getting Metroid?
I think that's probably going to be a Christmas game for me.
Okay.
I can't see me getting to it me being able to buy it until then, probably. I'm not the biggest Metroid fan. I like Metroidvanias, but same way as you said, Symphony of the Night is a bigger game for me than Super Metroid. I'm looking forward to playing it, but it's not like I have to buy it day one.
Okay.
We can just go to me. I don't got much to say. I haven't been playing too much. I played more Kena as of Daniel's recommendation. Kena, whatever. Kena.
She says it.
They do say it. They do say it quite a bit.
Multiple times.
Every other sentence. Kena. Kena, whatever. Still can't get the name right. I'm not feeling this game. It's not working for me one bit.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a good game. It's a fine game. I don't think anything's bad about it. I like the combat. The combat's fun. I just think there's other games that do the same thing much better, combat-wise, at least. A lot of things actually annoy me about the combat, like the whole rot mechanic, Daryl, excuse me.
Are you talking about using them to do different moves?
Yeah, I just feel like not using them to do different moves. It's there's always like that. Okay, now rot this thing, otherwise the wave's just gonna start over. You have to
the plant or whatever. Take that plant out.
Yeah, let me try to explain this a little bit better. So like you'll get to a combat section and you'll fight through a wave of it, and then there'll be like a plant there, and you have to send your little furry things over there to rot it, and then you like explode on it, and that'll end the wave of enemies. And if you don't do that, it doesn't end the wave of enemies. The wave will just kind of start over. So I kind of just find that that's just annoying. It's really just adding more time onto the combat sections. It's not really adding anything. There's nothing like fun about doing that. Like all you do is run up, press square on it, and then press L1, and then it blows up. It's not adding anything to the gameplay other than time. So I just don't really understand why that happens every combat section. I will say though, very good enemy design in this game. There's lots of different types of enemies. You got your flying ones, guys with shields, stuff like that. Those are very.
I like the tech is like, it's like wood tech. And you kind of get that more as you go on. Like everything is kind of wood based. There's like no metal and stuff. It's very nature focused. It's really cool.
The enemy design, it reminded me a little bit of Halo, where like there's just different ways to fight every enemy, and like different like perfect things you can do. To get rid
the shield guy, you gotta like stun him so that
you can... or get around them and then hit them from the back, and then the flying guys, you got to use your bow, and then you can like freeze them, and then stuff like that too. Yeah, so I think the enemy design's really good. It's just every time I'm playing it, I'm just like, I'm just kind of getting bored. I find the traversal very boring in this game. Like it's like Kena's very stiff. It's certainly not a fun platformer, this game, and there are some platforming sections a little bit. There's the climbing on the ledges and then jumping around, stuff like that. I definitely don't think that stuff's good. I find the only thing that's really drawing me Yeah, it's fine. I just, like I said, the whole game around is just fine. The only thing that's really drawing me to keep playing the game is how beautiful it looks, you know? And
I like the characters and story. That's what really
I
kept
do
me going.
not. The story, that's one thing. Normally
It's not the best story.
I would push through a game like this if the story was grabbing me, you know, even though the combat just feels like every other game, I would push through it if the story was actually grabbing me. It's just not working for me at all. The world feels, for lack of a better term, just generic. You know, I feel like I've seen this world done in other movies and TV shows and stuff like that. I just don't. And then the characters are just they're kind of creepy, like these little kids that run around with you all the time. I don't understand what their deal is. They're kind of.
Oh, so you're only in that section. You're still trying to help.
I'm still only in Taro's section.
Yeah.
I know you said it gets better, and like
the Taro section's good. The Taro section's like an introduction section to me.
Yeah,
like, you haven't even got. Like, I like the second section and the second section's story better.
Yeah, see, that's just I just don't put up with arguments like that either. Like, oh yeah, you got to play until this point, and then the game gets.
I mean, I had already liked it at that point, so
sure, yeah. And if you liked it enough to push,
I only liked it better. Yeah,
yeah. Like I said, it's just it's just not working for me. Unfortunate, but I definitely don't think the game's bad in any way. I just
a budget game too.
Yeah, definitely looks beautiful though, man.
Yeah,
oh my god, the graphics are so good in this game.
It looks really good. It's one I've been wanting to play. That's another one's on my list.
Yeah,
but it's a bit worrying because I remember you saying this looked like a U type of game. So, and I know you're also
it is too. Yeah.
So
I am.
I just thought like that's. I think I was looking at that going, oh, yeah.
Like I said, the combat's good. Like it's fun. Like you might be into it. Maybe the story grabs you more, and the world just does it more for you.
The whole game just grabbed me.
Yeah,
like I said, it is probably my favorite PlayStation game this year. I don't, like I said, I don't consider Deathloop like a PlayStation game, right? No. So like, I think that this is better than Returnal. I think it's better than Ratchet, even though I mean it's pretty close with Ratchet because I do really like Ratchet. Ratchet's just fun to play. I think that's the best part about Ratchet is just fun. But I don't know, just the Kena really grabbed me.
Cool, give that a go.
Yeah, cool. Definitely will work for others, and like I said, not work for me. Other than that, what did I want to talk about? Oh, I played that PS Plus game for one match. I cannot remember the name now. Hell something, yes.
Hell
on Earth or something.
I think it's Hell Let Loose. I think
Hell on Earth is like a shitty movie then on Netflix.
It's like a Doom guy movie.
Sure. Yeah, I played one match of this. Probably worst experience of my life.
Oh my god!
I don't know what this game was. All I did was so I got into a match and I ran around this giant map for probably 25 minutes and I saw no one. I saw a couple people on my team, but I did not know where the action was. I could not find anyone to kill or anything like that. The game looked terrible. It looks like a PS2 game. I don't know if this is also a VR game or something, but just the hands look really bad. The grass and stuff look good, but I don't know.
I was hearing MAG comparisons. Is it like MAG?
I never played MAG, but maybe. Yeah,
I didn't either, but I know it's just
supposed to be like a massive game like that.
That's what I heard. That it was like MAG.
Maybe that's why I couldn't find anyone because the map was huge. I just did not it was just one giant field, and I could not find anyone for so long. I ended up getting a trophy for being lasting the longest. Being the only one on my team to be alive, and I didn't find anyone the whole time. I had time to look at the trophy through the menu and see what the trophy was, and I went back, still no one there. I'm just standing there. So yeah, it was a terrible experience. And then I finally found someone and he killed me immediately. And then I was just like, well, not playing this anymore. Closed the game, deleted it off my console. That's the last I will ever talk about it.
Get it out of your library. PlayStation.
I did, yeah.
Get this out of my...
you know what's funny is I'm upset now that it's on my trophy list because I have the one trophy. Now, whenever I look at my trophies, I will have to be reminded of the 25 minutes I spent with this game.
Oh my god! I did not expect you to hate this game.
No, I hated it. I could not.
Oh my god!
It was so bad. It's so terrible. Funny. It's funny because
usually that level of vitriol is because I've spent money on this game. They gave it for free, and
you gave me it for free, and I still felt the need to come on here and talk shit about it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Other than that, that's it. Looking forward to Far Cry. Gonna start that tonight. Can't wait. Ready to light some shit on fire and take bases and climb towers and whatnot. Ready to go.
things with the disc, the CD launcher.
Ooh, that's gonna be
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
I hope there's a good bow and arrow. I'm a big bow and
Oh,
arrow.
I love the bow. Yeah.
Yeah, real
I
fun.
also look for that or like a silent sniper. I could just shoot people from a distance. Yeah.
And then you get real far away, stand on a hill, and take out people on the base before they even know you're coming.
Unleash the bear or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, love it. You got
Unleash your alligator in this one, and you got those rocket-powered backpack thing where you launch.
Oh, the mortar launcher. Yeah.
what is that?
There's like a mortar launcher in the trailer. I don't know.
Oh, and you can like launch missiles out of it and hit people.
Yeah.
Ooh, see, this game's gonna be fun. I don't care.
I know.
About reviews, it's gonna be great.
Who cares about what other people say?
Care less. I'm gonna light the alligator on fire first, and then send him through the base. That's how you do it.
That's your pet.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Oh, you have a little pet dog in this one with like
Yeah,
wheels or
it's
something.
Chorizo.
Is that his name? Okay, great. I'm glad you got the name down.
Chorizo. Yeah.
Daryl, what have you been playing?
So the first thing I played, I guess I thought you had played it as well. I was waiting to hear it. Was the DLC for Life is Strange: True Colors?
No, I didn't.
It's only one episode.
I know.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna play it.
It was just that right amount of length where like I'm too far removed from Life is Strange to
You're
it was,
fine.
like 3 weeks ago. I know I'm
No,
fine,
you're
but
fine.
it's like if this would have came out like a week after the game, I would have been super into it and super excited to play it.
For me, it was.
I'm just kind of at that point where I'm excited for the next
Trust
games
me,
that are coming
play
out.
it in the night. Trust me, you have to play it.
I will play it.
You have to.
I'm gonna play it.
Like, so I guess to tell you what this is about, it is a prequel to True Colors. So Chris, I know you haven't really played any of the games. True Colors, if for the most part, there is a few connections. It is pretty separate. Except for Steph, which is a character in True Colors. She is in Before the Storm, which is like a prequel to the first game.
Yeah.
That was Deck Nine's first like intro to the series before they did this game. So it is basically what she had done the year leading up to like when Alex shows up to the city. I don't want to like spoil any of the other games for you. So there's a reason why she leaves like Arcadia Bay and why she ends up at this city, and then like you kind of just experience her life, basically town hopping. And I'm just gonna say it. Connor, we've been very hot on the game. I've only gotten hotter in the game, and the Wavelengths DLC, I am red hot in the game.
Red hot.
I think that this is now my favorite Life is Strange game. I think that Alex and Steph are my two favorite Life is Strange characters. Chloe is great. We've had 2 games with Chloe. She is great. But I think Steph might just be my favorite Life is Strange character after this episode. That's kind of where, that's kind of where I ended up with.
So you play as Steph, right?
You play Steph the whole episode. It is a normal length of an episode. You basically kind of play like the 4 different seasons leading up. So there's kind of like 4 sections basically, and it's kind of, they don't do a lot with it. It's kind of all in the record store.
Okay.
But I don't. Do you go anywhere else? I don't think you go anywhere else. They do. They get a lot out of just that record store area.
You don't explore the town again?
I don't think you do. No. Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't think you do. But it is a worthwhile episode, and it basically leads right up to like where True Colors starts.
I'm going to get the name wrong, but was there a sort of like prequel to one of the earlier games called Captain something or other with a kid?
Yes. So that was that led into season 2.
I played that and it nearly broke my heart playing that as the kid was talking to his drunk dad.
It's actually a really good episode, right?
It is. Yeah, Captain Spirit is amazing.
Yeah, I felt so sorry for him as I was playing it. I thought, I don't know, I'm cut out for this game.
Yeah, once you play Life is Strange 2, he has like a whole episode basically around him in Life is Strange 2.
Oh.
But yeah, Wavelengths, it's amazing. It's I highly recommend it. I think it's a must play if you play True Colors. And I think you should play it after as well. Play it how it play True Colors, then play Wavelengths.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Not necessarily. Honestly, I think you could play Wavelengths first.
Okay.
Like it's more tied to Steph.
I heard from someone this is a good like little sequel to Before the Storm, or like a better ending to Before the Storm. I forget where I heard.
The reason why is because of Steph.
Yeah.
Again, no spoilers. I know Chris wants to play, but there is a reason why she is where she is, and why she's at Haven Springs.
Cool.
But so I played that, and then I've been playing pretty much since I beat Kana before that episode came out for Life is Strange. I've been playing Lost Judgment. I thought I would have beaten it already, but man, is it long. I did not expect it to be this long. Much longer than the first Judgment. Honestly, on the longer end for like, especially main story wise, much longer than even most of the Yakuza games.
Really?
It is.
It's always vary in length.
They do.
Ever since you've been talking about these, it's always like one's like 30 hours, one's like 60, one's 10 or whatever.
Well, most of them have landed between like 10 to 15. Most of them. And then you get like 7 last year, because it's a turn-based RPG. It was very long. It was close to 40. But this, I think I'm at like 16 hours right now, and I think I still got like 3 more chapters to play.
Okay.
So I probably got another 5 hours left. So like it is definitely on the longer end of the games. It's great. It is more Judgment. It does pick up a couple years later. I think 2 years later. They try to keep the same timeline progressing. So like it kind of picks up like 2019 is when Judgment came out. So it has that time progression. You play as Yagami again, and it does bounce between Kamurocho, which is the main Yakuza city, and he goes to Yokohama, which was the city in 7, the brand new city in 7. So you do get to re-explore. Yeah, there's kind of a mystery going on in Yokohama that he gets like pulled into, and you get to explore the city that you just we got to explore it a ton in 7. So you get to re-explore that a little bit more, and then you kind of bounce back and forth between Kamurocho and Yokohama. And they do that in Yakuza games. It isn't always just Kamurocho. You get a couple. There's another big city which I forget the name of that you go to almost in every game.
Tokyo.
No, Tokyo's the big city. There's another city that's like across the bridge. I forget. Yeah, I like it so far. I really like it. I mean, I just love this whole entire series, this entire franchise. The story is a little. I don't know if I like the story as much as the first Judgment, but I'm not at the end, so I'm still kind of in the part of the story where it's plot twist, plot twist, plot twist, which it's pretty formulaic for Yakuza. It's like story setup, twist, get a lot more story, bunch of twists, ending. Right now, I'm kind of in the like bunch of twist area, so I kind of see where it's going, but there's still some mysteries that I don't know yet. But I really like it. It basically Yagami is in charge with like going to Yokohama, and there's like a bunch of bullying happening in the school. You kind of get charged with trying to figure out what's going on with the bullying, which seems like a weird setup, but there becomes like a death, like one of the kids committed suicide, and then one of the like student teachers, which is also a kid, was found murdered. And then it kind of devolves from there, and it's very good. I would like to see where I land on it, but I really like it a lot so far. The combat is like they said, I think earlier this year, Judgment's going to be the more beat 'em up style, and Yakuza is going to kind of stay as the turn-based, at least for the foreseeable future.
Do you like that? Like Judgment's kind of going to stick with the traditional Yakuza gameplay? Yeah.
Sure. It's something different. It's nice that they can do both now. And they introduced a new fighting style. In Judgment 1, you had his like tiger stance, which was very singular target, heavy damage. And then he had his crane stance, which was very like sweeping leg attacks. You can kind of take out a bunch of people. And now they introduced a new stance called Snake Stance, and it's more about like taking down people with weapons and kind of like countering them that way. It's really fun. If you like the Yakuza beat 'em ups, it's just that. Like you're just beating people up, and it's just fun. Yeah, it's a really good game. I really like it.
Cool. But what's next for you then? Far Cry?
Far Cry, I mean, I'm going to beat Judgment. Hopefully I could beat it in the next couple of days, and then Far Cry, and then definitely getting Metroid. Definitely.
Yeah, you're not doing Metroid first and then Far Cry? You're going to do Far Cry first?
I'll probably order it, because I did want to get the physical. I don't want to download it. I don't have enough space on my Switch, so I'll have to get the physical.
I got one
so
of
I'll probably order that.
Cards. I forget what they're called now, the memory cards.
Yeah, the SD cards.
I have like so much space on my Switch, it's insane.
Yeah, so I'll probably play Far Cry next and then Metroid after that.
That's good. Cool.
But yeah. The only other thing I've been playing is Destiny. Still kind of doing some grinding. Still playing the latest season. We got up to the latest season, so we've been playing that. I just kind of I only play it when Sloan plays it with me. I don't play it by myself, so whenever we want to play it in a night, we just do that.
Cool. Well, we're kind of running late. I gotta go to work. Otherwise, they're going to fire me. So I'm going to wrap up the show here.
Oh, yeah.
Chris, I want to thank you again so much for coming on the show, man. You're always welcome on. Hopefully, we have you on again soon. Remember, you can catch Chris's podcast, which I forget the name of.
It's the Critic Guy podcast when it's done.
The guy's podcast. Yeah, when it's done. He's still posted regularly, but please go over there. Check him out over there. Subscribe to his channel and whatnot. Subscribe to our channel over here, nerdgods.youtube.com or youtube.com/nerdgods. Someday we'll own YouTube, and then it'll be
the whole thing.
The whole thing. You know what I mean? We're gonna get that rich and famous. You know what I mean? Nerd of God's going places. Let me tell you. You can also subscribe to us on all audio platforms. Catch us over there, and yeah, that's it, guys. Anything else you want to say?
Stay cool.
Daryl, don't come back. Don't come back to the show. Daryl is never welcome on again. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.